Hi, welcome to my SimplePodcastPress review. In this video, I'll be showing you all you need to know about SimplePodcastPress. If you stay to the end of this video, you'll be able to decide if SimplePodcastPress is something you would like to try out. So keep watching to the end of this video to find out. In this SimplePodcastPress review, I'll be talking about the pros and cons, that is the upsides and downsides of SimplePodcastPress. In this video, you also get to know their pricing plans, what their active users have to say about them, and more in this SimplePodcastPress review. So what is SimplePodcastPress really all about? SimplePodcastPress is a podcast platform that helps you to automatically publish podcasts to your website and grow your audience. So let's look at the pros and cons, that is the upsides and downsides of SimplePodcastPress. SimplePodcastPress allows you to automatically add custom call to action buttons to all your episode pages. SimplePodcastPress helps you to grow your email list by automatically adding an email opt-in below the player for each of your episodes. SimplePodcastPress allows you to easily add full transcriptions without cluttering up your show notes page. SimplePodcastPress helps you to automatically shorten the URL of your show notes pages so you can give your listeners a short URL so they can easily get to them. Now let's look at the downside of SimplePodcastPress. They offer a limited set of features. Now let's look at what SimplePodcastPress recent users have to say about them. Dave says, "We all want to connect with our audience. We want subscribers. We want to promote our show, and we want feedback. SimplePodcastPress does all of this in one plugin." Ari says, "Hands down, SimplePodcastPress is the best way to grow your podcast audience and email list. With customizable layouts, it has quickly become my top recommended resource for podcasters." Mark says, "Annie has developed a player that puts listeners and podcasters first. Simple, elegant, and speedy. SimplePodcastPress is a player that gives listeners the opportunity to get much more involved with your show over and above simply tuning in. Annie really understands the podcasting industry and continues to make all of our lives easier. Top work." Mike says, "Simple to use and very powerful. This plugin is packed full of features to help podcasters to build their audience effectively. I love the international iTunes reviews and the fact it integrates well with the main podcast media host makes it a no-brainer for beginners and podcasting pros alike." Now let's look at the pricing plans for SimplePodcastPress. Their pricing varies across different plans, but if you want to know more about their pricing plans, you can click on the link in this video description now to see the full pricing for various packages and the offers and discounts that comes with it. Once again, their pricing varies across different plans, but if you want to know more about their pricing plans, you can click on the link in this video description now to see the full pricing for various packages and the offers and discounts that comes with it. In my own opinion, obviously, SimplePodcastPress is a reliable podcast platform that delivers real value, especially value for money, as it helps you to automatically publish podcasts to your website and grow your audience. Above all, it can as well be improved upon. Now, if SimplePodcastPress is a platform you would like to try out, You can click on the link in this video description now to get started at a very unusual discounted price you won't find elsewhere. Once again, if SimplePodcastPress is a platform you would like to try out, you can click on the link in this video description now to get started at a very unusual discounted price you won't find elsewhere. Thanks for watching my video review. If you liked this video or found it valuable, you can like and subscribe to this channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.